I came to Vanessa's for the weekend. Yeah. I went down with the dreaded virus, but Vanessa was like, "No, don't put a mask on because I'm not going to catch it," and she didn't. There was no fear in the space at all. I feel that the reason there was no fear here was because we were self-educated, right? The journey that we started was like totally unknown. Like, okay, here we are. Right then, let's get on the case. It was strong. It did. By 9 days, I mean, couldn't. I mean, I'm in recovery now. I need to be still working with my system each day. We need to offer something. So we were thinking to offer something to support and guide people in the foundations of building a strong immunity and recovery. But then we're also feeling like how much people are so like longing to find space and peace inside.
Welcome everyone. So I'm here with Ananta. I'm Vanessa, and we're going to talk about your journey with COVID.
First of all, I want to say thank you, everyone, for all your beautiful comments and all your kindness on my post when I posted that I was first on day 9 and then on day 14. Like, thank you so much for your kindness. Yeah, and so just coming out the other side of this now, and when I got sick, when I came down with this, I was just I came to Vanessa's for the weekend. That was like
3 weeks ago.
Almost 3 weeks ago, yeah. three weeks ago tomorrow. So I just came here for the weekend, and she was away for the weekend. She kindly offered me to enjoy the space here. And yeah, I went down with the dreaded virus, and
But not that quickly, because the symptoms were quite mild when you started, weren't they? So share a little bit about how it started out for you, because at first you didn't think it was COVID, did you, when you were messaging me?
Hang on.
Go on,
I
jumped
flow. Okay, so yeah, I went down sick, and anyway, I was here in Vanessa's house, right? So when she came back, she the funny thing is that Vanessa's been going off to different festivals and different things, and I've always been saying, like, don't bring COVID back because you're out there mixing with the crowds and everything. And I'm meanwhile
with a lot of people
staying here, and I was like, don't, I need to take care and everything. And she comes back and finds me in the house. Anyway, who knows where I picked it up, but I picked it up. So the first
Not
thing,
from me.
the first thing was that Vanessa was 100% straight away. I put a mask on, and when she first came back, and I came downstairs and I put a mask on, and I said, and she said, "What are you doing? Take that off." And I was like, "No, I don't really feel good with that. We need to take care." And you were like,
my feeling was you couldn't breathe very well,
right?
So I didn't want to. I didn't want it to impact your breathing.
And you didn't want me to wear it. So first of all, I was uncomfortable with that, but I took it off. And from that moment, the journey that we started here, and together with
Scarlett was here as well,
Vanessa's little girl, the journey that we started was like totally unknown, right? Because we hear so much, like you can do this, do that. We hear so much, and the truth is that we really don't know, you know. So here we are in this house, and I had a total welcome to stay. I mean, I couldn't go anywhere anyway. But Vanessa was like, no, don't put a mask on because I'm not going to catch it. And I was like, yeah, right. Right. So it just so happens that Vanessa is a nutritional therapist, right?
Yeah.
And I don't go anywhere without all my bags being full of all that you can imagine: tinctures, herbs, supplements, nebulizer, all the stuff. You know, I had everything with me. I mean, it's anyway where I go everywhere. And so here we were in this.
I had a pretty good supply here too.
Absolutely. So here we were in this situation, and it was just like amazing. There was no fear in the space at all. Not with Vanessa, not with the little girl, and not with me. You know, it was like, okay, here we are. Right then, let's get on the case. And together with our, you know, all the stuff, like, because you've been working with people, haven't you?
Been going through, with COVID with people on the phone, so just kind of guiding them to some ideas. They were reaching out and wanting to know extra support that they could go through, because there's actually lots that you can do.
Well,
and that's
you
kind
already
of
had
empowering.
a lot of.
I had some people who were quite ill with it and wanting some extra support, because there's not a lot of extra support out there necessarily in the medical industry. Most of you are just told to stay at home, and obviously if it gets critical. But I knew that there was a lot of things that you could do to support.
And I'd done my homework beforehand, you know, like it, because I mean, I'm kind of, you know, it just doesn't feel, it's just never felt right to me that I was going to have a vaccine. And I mean, that's just, you know, the way that it's moving in, truly for me. That's not to say that nobody should, or I'm not like an anti-vaxxer out there, like, you know, but it's just the truth that moves here. And so I did my homework. I self-educated, and with the combination of the education that we both had and have, which is still, you know, minimal compared within the unknown. So we just got on board, and so did little Scarlett, who's 10 years old. She was 100% in it, you know, assisting with everything.
She was writing a list of your supplements and helping and reminding you.
And so this moment-to-moment journey has been without fear.
There was no stress, and that's the biggest thing, right? Because there was no fear, there was no stress. It was very calm in our house. It was like, where do we take this from here? What do we need to get? What do we have already?
Yeah. And with everything that, you know, like Vanessa already like has a lot of, she's always working with all this stuff, so could immediately just start ordering all the things so we were just switched on. And at a certain point, you know, I've got this like towel over my head and I'm breathing the steam and thing. And I just turned around and I just said, you know, people need help. People need help. People need to know all this. You know, it's
she had a towel over her head and she said, Scarlett, I think you need to take a picture of this so we can start documenting this. So my daughter's taking photos of her.
I said, you know, like people need to know this. You know, people need to know how to self-care, because there's just not enough, you know, there's so much information kind of to put fear. And I feel that the reason there was no fear here was because we were self-educated, right? And I mean, Vanessa said, I'm not going to catch it, and she didn't. And I mean,
it was a bit of an unknown, but I think I just hope for the best. And I think half of it's having a very strong mindset, about these things, and I haven't been sick in a long time, and I was convinced.
But you were also taking a lot of
well, that's what I was going to say. It was a bit of an unknown. I didn't kind of know what to do preventatively, but I figured I'm going to just do all of the immune support things, all of the extra things that we know are working on, things like spike proteins, and I threw everything at it. So it was quite intensive. You were going very intensive with what you were doing in supplement and herbs, and I did with me and Scarlett, and neither me and my daughter caught it, thankfully.
Yeah, wow, amazing, right? So it wasn't passed on, and nobody else got sick through this. I didn't go around infecting all these, and so here we are. And I mean, it was really amazing. It was like a godsend, because also like there was just an allowing of what's happening, and no freaking out, and no loaded emotional, there was just no baggage going on, and this was a massive plus. And I think that by it was strong. It wasn't like some people say, oh, just it was mild, didn't have any symptoms, la la la. Well, I did, by 9 days. I mean, couldn't really, it was like there's a lot of pain here. And it's been and still is, such a learning and such a teaching. And we've been in this journey together. And yeah, at some point, I started just seeing more people on my phone who are going down with it. And people were asking, I was getting messages like, what are you taking? What are you using? And there's all this kind of like, like people kind of asking for education, like, what's the best? And I was also with a couple of friends, so what, yeah. And that's why I posted it and shared it on my timeline, for everybody. But at some point it came clear, like, because I work with people and it's my life work to empower the spirit of others. Doesn't matter what way you choose, whether you are going for that protection or natural protection. It doesn't matter. I got no I'm not fixed on right and wrong. It's just the support and the education is needed anyway.
It's needed for everyone.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter. Everyone seems to be touched by this now, right? We didn't know anyone before. Most of us didn't know many people, and now most of us know people. So there's.
And I wasn't hanging out in busy places at all. I don't go anywhere.
I was.
I think I picked it up. I had a hospital visit. I think I picked it up there. But
there's a need to get. I think that the really important factor was that we were prepared, right? Is that I'd already got a lot of the stuff in that I knew would help, things like colloidal silver, a lot of the antiviral supplements, things that support the immune system. You'd had a nebulizer because you knew that you had slightly weak lungs, right? So you knew.
No, it wasn't because of that. It was because I found out that is the best thing to do immediately on the first day. As soon as I know lots of people are aware of this now, that even if you've been out in a crowded place and you've got a nebulizer, you come home and you do the hydrogen peroxide mix with saline. So I just had that in my car, and yeah, I mean, it wasn't about me having weak lungs. It wasn't because of that. It was because that was part of the education that I was picking up. Anyway, it came clear at some point that, as I was saying, I work to empower the spirit of people, and Vanessa works
in natural health, helping people with all kinds of resources, extra alternative resources that people are generally finding helpful.
So it was just like amazing. It was like we turned around and said, we need to offer something, right? So we were talking about that before the COVID came, and we were talking about, the amount of people that are like struggling to find peace, like with all this chaos unfolding, in the field, you know.
And so much uncertainty.
Yeah,
which is challenging people.
We were talking about
all the ways that people are feeling very unsure, unsafe, uncertain. There's a lot of fear around. And
I mean, we're going through a massive remake of society, a complete breakdown and a transformation, and we're moving into a whole new. We're being transformed, right? And this can be scary if you're not kind of like if you just kind of caught in the mind with all the stuff, it can be pretty.
And the media is very strong. If you're listening to a lot of the media, and some of the voices around you are not saying strong in your own truth, it can be a very fearful place at the moment. There's a lot of fear that's coming from lots of different angles.
So anyway, we talked about it, and we felt to offer something because also last week I did a meeting with my private members, and everyone was like, so how did you use this? How did you use that? People want to know. So we're sitting here talking, we're saying, well, what do people want mostly? What is more appropriate? Like, are people more like, we're going to offer something together? And the question is, okay, shall we create something with the support for the protection and recovery? Because I'm in recovery now, and many people seem to have this for ongoing long-term things, right? So you need to be working. I need to be still working with my system each day with many in many ways. It's not just like, oh yeah, that's done, just kick it out the door. It's like, okay, now this is important. Coming out is important. So we were thinking to offer something to support and guide people in the foundations of building a strong immunity and recovery. But then we're also feeling like how much people are so like longing to find space and peace inside, and so we're kind of like, what people want in more.
Which one do we do first?
Which
way do we go?
What are people? Yeah, so we said let's just do a live and put this on the table, and yeah, like, are you interested in any of those subjects? Yeah, I mean, would you like to do I don't know, like we might make 5 or 6 or 7 weeks course, like a real focused, like with everything we using and learning. We're learning, right?
Learning as we go, yeah.
And still learning. And I'm learning every day, because this is about being in relationship with this.
And really listening to your body, because that's the thing I've really noticed about you the last few days is you're really responding to, I can do this, but I'm not going to do this. I need to rest now. I need to do this.
It's got to be. And it's being in right relationship, and that affects everything else in the life. Being in right relationship, because this is a relationship with this virus. It's a relationship. How do you relate to it? Are you totally scared of it? Once it's entered your body, how are you in relationship to that? And yeah, it's still processing. It's processing through my body, and I'm in relationship with it, right? So yeah. So some feedback, some response. Are you interested in anything like this? Like,
would you like to know what we did and what we had in the house, what we did for preparation, where our education went, what we were doing? Is that the most important thing to you at the moment, or is it the fact that you are stressed and about so many other factors? Because there's so much other fear as well, isn't there? There's financial, there's uncertainty, there's lockdowns.
What's your biggest fear?
I think I would say I was fearful. I feel like I can be at peace now with that uncertainty. Like I know that there is an evolutionary process happening, but I feel like I've made that preparation. I feel like I can see already that there's going to be breaking down of society, and who knows which way it's going to go. But I don't feel in fear of it. It's very different.
And this is really where we want to live, in a place of moving with these times, navigating in a way where our system is building resilience and able to move with, because watching the news can be really like, oh my god, what's next? Yeah. So anyway, so the bottom line is we're going to put a course together either around the support of this or around really finding peace within the chaos.
So we would love your feedback. We would love your comments, because we would love to respond to whatever is playing for you out at this current moment.
So that's it, right? And
thanks for listening.
I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon.